Namaste. Love, compassion and kindness. We can always share more. But in order to do that, we need to have enough of it within ourselves, and we need to be able to connect. So the intention of the practice today is to work with the area around the heart chakra, anahata. We're going to be working to develop more of that energy, enough of the energy for ourselves, but also more to be able to share. And we're also going to be working with that connection, so our ability to connect. It's all very well having the energy, but if we can't connect, then we can't share. So we're going to be starting with some breathing. We're also going to work with prana a little bit, so some life force, prana, chi, whatever you want to call it, whichever term you want to use. But we'll be working with developing that breath, prana linkage, and again bringing the focus always back to our main target area, the heart. We'll be working with other physical areas, but our intention in our mind throughout the practice will be around the heart. I hope you enjoy the practice. So coming to lying on your back, we're going to start with some breathing. Maybe a Savasana posture, so lying on our back, arms and legs relaxed. Bringing the eyes to a close, or if you're more comfortable, just gazing softly at a point on the ceiling. And with the eyes closed, starting to bring the focus inward. Making aware of the sounds, maybe the smells around us, but just bringing our senses inwards, bringing the focus back towards the heart, the focus of our practice today. Breathing naturally, not forcing any particular pattern here. As we inhale, feeling the rise of the belly or the chest, and as we exhale, feeling it fall. Rising and falling as we breathe. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Starting to think about the movement of the breath in through the nostrils, back of the throat, down into the lungs. And then as we exhale, lungs, throat, nostrils. Thinking in terms not only of the air that moves, but the movement of prana, life force, energy. As we inhale air, we draw in prana. Our subtle body processes the prana. And then as we exhale and the air leaves our body, any prana we haven't used also leaves the body. Drawing in air, prana, and exhaling. Just a couple more breaths. Continuing with our relaxed, natural breathing. We're just going to shift the focus a little bit now. Starting from the heart. We're going to work with one of the nadis or subtle energy channels called the chitta nadi. So the consciousness, or the mind, has its own nadi, called the chitta nadi, which is said to run from the heart to the throat, to the top of the head. And throughout this nadi, our samskaras, or impressions from our past life and lives, move. There's a pranic flow up from the heart to the throat, to the top of the head and out. And then there's another flow back in, head, throat, heart. So as we continue to breathe, perhaps on the next exhale, bring our focus to the heart. And as we exhale, feel that movement, heart, throat, head. And as we inhale, head, throat, heart. So in terms of chakras, maybe think about anahata, vishuddhi, sahasrara, or just head, throat, heart. Exhale, heart, throat, head. Inhale, top of head, throat, heart. Just continuing with that rhythm in your own pace. If we're finding that a little difficult to sense, then just imagine drawing a line from the heart up to the throat, top of the head. And as we inhale, back down, head, throat, heart. As we develop our practice, becoming aware and sensing some of these subtle energetic movements becomes easier. We develop our stores of energy, and we also develop our sensitivity to these subtle energy flows, as well as ensuring that the actual channels or nadis themselves are clear. So continuing to inhale and exhale. Inhale, drawing in from the top of the head, throat, heart. Exhale, heart, throat, top of the head. All the time sensing increasing levels of prana. Our last few breaths. So inhaling, top of the head, throat, heart. Exhale, heart, throat, head. Maybe one more round. Inhale. And exhale. So now we've developed some awareness of the pranic movement into the heart. We're going to bring our focus back just to the heart. And the theme of our practice, love, compassion and kindness. Allow these words to echo around your mind. Maybe feel them move down to the heart and echo around the heart. Love, compassion, kindness. Maybe start to visualize a deep red colour, the colour of the anahata chakra. A grey six-pointed star. On a deep red background. And an overall feeling of balance. Deep red, grey six-pointed star. Balance. Love, compassion, kindness. Love, compassion, kindness. Deep red, deep red. The warmth of love. And just a few more breaths here. Gently blinking over open the eyes. Coming up to a seated position, legs crossed, sitting on a block, as I am, or just on the mat. And again, keeping the eyes closed if you're comfortable, or maintaining a soft focus on the mat or the floor in front of you. So having worked with the Chitta Nadi, having brought the focus firmly back to the heart, the anahata, we're now going to work with moving some energies to the heart and moving the energy from our first chakra up to the heart and from our seventh chakra down to the heart. So moving our Shakti energy up and our Shiva energy down. So once we're comfortable, sitting with a straight back, eyes closed or gazing forward. Exhaling, just sensing, bring our attention to the base of the spine. Then as we inhale, drawing up the spine, drawing that Shakti energy up to the heart, drawing the energy down from the top of the head, the Shiva energy, down to the heart, meeting there. Just pausing here, holding our breath momentarily before we exhale and allow the energies to move back down to the base of the spine. Next inhale, draw up, base of the spine to the heart, down from the top of the head to the heart, retaining the breath, attention focused on the heart, feeling those energies unite and combine in the heart. For as long as you're comfortable, and as we exhale, allowing the energies to move down to the base of the spine. Inhale, draw up. Draw down from the top of the head, meeting at the heart. Retaining the breath. Feeling those energies move around together, swirl together around the heart. Maybe feeling a little bit of pressure here, some warmth. And exhale. Don't retain the breath for too long so that you're uncomfortable or gasping for air, but in your own time, continue to inhale, draw up. Draw down from the head to the heart, retain. Feel Shakti and Shiva, the two energies, energy and consciousness, combining, playing around the heart. All the time stimulating creation of more energy and prana for us. Exhale. Continuing a few more breaths in your own time. A few more seconds here. Gently blinking open the eyes. Getting ready for our first physical posture. We're going to work with the shoulders and the chest. So we're going to take a Caesar posture, sitting on our feet extended. Feet can be on top or between the feet, whichever you're comfortable with. And we're going to take our hands behind us in a reverse prayer. Now, if that's not comfortable, then we can just hold the shoulders. If that's not possible, just like that. So whatever's achievable for you. So again, in a physical sense here, we're working largely with the shoulders, top of the arms, so the scapula, the clavicle, humerus, all the way down the arms, opening up the chest, opening up across the chest. But our focus here is the heart. So we sense that opening across the front of the chest. And we find our stillness. And in that stillness, we explore not only the physical sensations associated with the connective tissue stress and in the bones, but also the energetic sensations we're stimulating, with the focus on the energies in the heart that we started our practice with. We're more attuned to the energetic creation of these postures. Perhaps you can feel energetic sensations across the front of the chest, moving from shoulder to shoulder, up and down the front of the body. Maybe exploring if the position of the head falling forward or back creates a more positive, subtle sensation. Coming back to love, compassion, and kindness. Gently releasing. I'm going to come straight into our next posture, which is going to be a squat. Now, if a squat's not comfortable for you, you can take a block. If you have challenges getting the heels onto the mat, you can just pop a block underneath the heels, and that will assist you. But otherwise, if we can, you can try a folded mat if you want to be somewhere in between. But otherwise, just adopting a squat. Bringing the hands together in front of us. So again, although physically, this is very much targeting the groin and the glutes. And while we can certainly feel the stress on the connective tissues there, maybe a little bit up the back, and with our intention and focus, we can again bring the focus back to the heart. Subtle energies moving across and through the area of the heart. Maybe even exploring that chitta nadi again. Drawing in as we inhale, coming through the top of the head, throat, down to the heart. And as we exhale, moving up from the heart, throat, top of the head. Just trying to move through the physical, become more tuned into the subtle, energetic sensations. Coming out of the squat, straight back into our previous posture, so the Cesar with the hands behind, the reverse prayer. So just finding that edge, relaxing. Relaxing the muscles. We don't want tension in the muscles. We want to move through muscular stress. We want to move through connective tissue stress. Recognizing we've got some stress up the front of the legs, across the shoulders, across the chest, and in the bones of the shoulders, the scapula, clavicle, down the arms. Just recognizing that, letting it all go. Maintaining stillness. And again, bringing the focus, our attention, back to the intention of the practice. Working with our heart. Focus on the heart. Love, compassion, kindness. Okay, exploring the position of the head, backwards or forwards, seeing how this compares to the first time we did this posture. Maybe also bringing to mind the bija mantra for the heart. Yam. Yam. Maybe as we work through this practice, when we bring our attention back to the heart, we can start to bring that bija mantra to mind. Releasing the hands, and for the last time now, going back to the squat. So whether that's simply on the feet, or the block, or the towel. So once more, let's find that edge, relax. In the physical body, let's relax the muscles around the glutes, front of the legs, the back. Let's recognize the healthy stress on the bones around the spine and the shoulders. And let's move through all of that to the more subtle. Let's bring our attention back to the heart. Maybe like me, your hands are together in front of the heart, almost bringing an energetic focus to that area. As we breathe and focus on the heart, perhaps now we bring our bija mantra to mind. Yam. Yam. Activating the heart chakra. Yam. Yam. Physically relaxed, energetically focused and alert. Feeling that energy around the heart. Gently releasing, taking the hands behind. So we're going to come to lying on our front. In a physical sense, we're going to be working with the abdominals and the lumbar, but again, it's all about opening up the heart. So you might want to have a bolster or blocks to hand. So we're going to lie on our front, support ourselves on our elbows. Hands facing down towards the mat. In sometimes called a Sphinx posture. And just finding our edge here. Relaxing the muscles in the physical target areas of the rectus abdominis and the lower back, around the lumbar. And as we relax those muscles, we might find that things open up a little bit and we want to adjust. This may be just fine for us. We might want to bring our elbows closer in, which will raise us up a little bit. Some of us might find this uncomfortable, so we might want some support under the chest. And some of us might want to place the elbows up on a bolster for a little bit more height if we're not getting much sensation directly on the mat. But wherever we are, just finding that stillness. Moving through the physical sensations. So the connective tissue stress in the front of the body. Rectus abdominis up the front of the body. Healthy stress in the bones, in the spine, compression in the base of the spine. Maybe a little bit in the shoulders. And just putting that aside and bringing the mind to more subtle sensations. Front of the body. Again, feeling the heart space opened. Maybe moving the head back. Opening up the heart and the throat to the sky. All these heart openers, really good for improving, maintaining our connection, our subtle connection with others. And either just staying in the same posture, or if you want a slightly different sensation, just bend those back legs up. Doesn't matter how far. Let them sit there. And be a little bit more intense in physical terms, but also bring greater depth to the opening of that heart area. Maybe let the head drop back. Just sensing the energetic movements across the chest, through the chest. Perhaps visualizing how we feel when we do open up across the chest. Think about how we best connect to and with other people. Arms outstretched, precursor to a hug. We open our arms are open, our chest is open. We're open to not only people, but ideas, energies, possibilities. So the more we practice this open posture, the better. Sometimes we can be inclined to close in, so let's open up. Now we're just going to come for a rebound, so moving away any props. Just lying face down on the mat. Just going to take a minute to relax here, arms and legs relaxed. Setting the head to one side. Just bringing the attention back to the heart. Feeling the energies moving through and around the heart. Just recognizing how they feel. The next inhale, coming back up. So our next physical posture is a variation on where we were before. We're going to adopt the same posture with the arms, so that might be, we'll start on the mat. And then we're going to bring that left leg up. So we're going to bend the left leg at the knee, and we're going to bring it up the left-hand side. Start at about 90 degrees out. Your foot can be in, tucked in, or coming out further. Start with it just tucked in a little close to the body. And from here, just finding that edge, first point of physical resistance. And just relaxing, breathing into the posture. Again, physical target areas, the abdominals and the lumbar at the base of the spine. As we relax again, we might find things open up a little bit. So if we want to, we can bring that bolster back. Gives a bit more elevation. But because we're trying to work more with the subtle energies here than the physical, don't take yourself to the physical absolute peak edge. We want enough sensation. We want to be able to feel something up the front of the body, but we want it to be sustainable, and we want to be able to maintain some focus on some more subtle energetic sensations. We can adjust our knee, we can take our ankle in or out. So we'll work through the physical again. the right rectus abdominis, in the bones, compression in the base of the spine, extension of the spine. You could even take the head to one side or back. But again, once we've worked through those physical sensations, let's come back to the subtle around the heart. And let's work with any variations, whether it's the position of the head or the knee, that allow us to feel something a bit different around the heart chakra. More open. So our intention is to develop our openness. Breathing into the heart, drawing prana into the heart. Practicing our physical and energetic awareness, openness. Making sure that we have the energy and the means to share it. Just releasing that left leg, coming over to the other side. So exactly the same on the other side. We're just going to bring the right leg, so bend the right leg at the knee, bring that up to the right hand side of the body. Again, with or without the bolster. Maybe starting without. Looking forward. Physical target area. Rectus abdominis. And the lower back. Relaxing those areas. Relaxing. As we relax, just sensing whether things open up, if we've got an opportunity to adjust. If we have, maybe bringing that bolster back. If not, that's also fine. We can just continue on the mat. Adjusting that knee up, ankle out maybe. And just finding stillness. We want to find the stillness because it's only in the stillness that we can actually hear not only the physical but particularly the subtle sensations that we want to work with. So moving through the physical, maintaining the stillness, bringing the focus to the heart chakra, the area around the heart. As we breathe in, drawing in breath and prana to the heart. Increasing the supply of prana, life force, energy. And using the physical practice to develop our physical openness, physical openness. Sending the signals to those that we want to share with that we are open. People can see and sense that we are open and that we want to share love, compassion, and kindness. Maybe using the bija mantra again. Yum. 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 Each time we focus on the heart. And bringing that right leg back down. So our next physical posture, we'll be targeting hip flexors and glutes. So I'm going to start on all fours. I'm going to bring the right leg forward. And this ankle can be as close to the body or as far away as you wish. Closer in will be a little bit less stress on the knee. So physical target area, right glute. A little bit of work on the left hip flexor. Hands in front on the mat. Left leg extended back. Foot extended. And because it's functional yin, we don't mind if we're rolling to the side a little bit. You know, we don't have a particular desired aesthetic posture. So long as you're feeling it in the glute, the right glute, and the left hip flexor, that's fine. So just finding that edge, relaxing. And as you relax, you might find that things open up a little bit. Maybe you can move that leg out a little bit. Again, it's not aesthetic, so we're not aiming to have it straight in front. If we're really not feeling anything, we might want to use blocks. The more we elevate, the more we're going to get some sensation here. Just working with your own physical body. Again, moving through the physical to the subtle. Bringing the attention to the heart. As we lift the chest up, either looking forward, tilting the head back, whatever your neck allows. Just feel the energetic sensations around the heart space. Again, opening up, another posture, opening up across the chest. Developing almost a physical and energetic muscle memory that our default state is to be open. Again, calling on the bija mantra. Yam. 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 Moving straight through into our next physical posture. So we're going to bring this left leg all the way around, taking the right leg behind us, hands inside the left foot, extending that back foot. Let's just walking that back foot back a little. So target area here, going to be the hip flexor, the right hand side, glute on the left, just finding our edge here, relaxing. And as we settle in, we can start to elevate the torso, so we can start by supporting ourselves on our knee. We can take the right arm behind and twist, really opening up across the chest here. Can be quite a deep physical sensation in the hip flexor. And if we want a little bit more, each time you can push back, elevate, again broadening the chest, arms behind, really opening up across the chest. So straight to the subtle, to the bija mantra, focus on the heart. Yam. 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 Just repeating in your own mind, feeling those subtle energies moving through and around the heart space. And here, I'm going to bring just as an option, we could stay where we are, bring the right hand down to the mat, bend that left leg, grabbing it with the right leg, grabbing it with the left hand, sorry. Allowing the groin to sink down towards the mat. But again here, really opening up. Really stretching that physical and energetic muscle memory of openness. And release. So coming to the other side now, we'll start with the left leg in front, as we did on the other side. No rush. Again, remembering that the ankle can be as far forward as you wish. Probably less stress on the knee the closer the ankle is in towards the body. Progressively more as you move it out. Hands in front. Again, not worrying about a bit of a slouch to the left. We're working functionally. So long as we're getting some nice physical stress there in the left glute, that's fine. I'm just finding that edge. Finding that edge, pausing, relaxing. Relaxing the muscles around the physical target area. And deciding if we're okay here, if we want to elevate a little bit more. Or if we're just happy with the hands on the mat. So connective tissue stress left, glute. Healthy stress on the bones, the knees, femur, pelvis. Moving through the physical to the subtle. Chest up and open, heart space open. Breathing into the heart, drawing in the prana. Maybe using the bija mantra. Yam. 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 Feeling the prana growing around the heart. Feeling the heart continue to open and expand. Just a few more breaths here. Straight into the next expression. So we're going to take this left leg back, bring that right leg forward, as we did on the other side. So hands on the inside of the right foot, extending that left leg back. Finding that first physical edge. So target area here, the hip flexor, left hip flexor. Just allowing that groin to move down towards the mat. Breathing into that area, relaxing. So breathing into the hip flexor. Exhale, relax. Maybe feeling things open up a little bit. And as things open up, start to elevate the torso. So again, we can start here, supporting our elbow on the knee, beginning to open up across the chest. We can take our left arm behind us, getting a nice twist in the spine, and also really opening up. If you prefer, we can use both hands to elevate the torso a bit more, or even take both hands behind, really opening up the heart space. Maybe closing the eyes, or if balance is challenging, keep them open, focusing on the floor, on the wall or the ceiling. And just invoking the bija mantra, Yam, focusing on the heart. Yam, Yam. Releasing the hands back to the mat. And if we wish to, the same variation we had on the other side. So left hand to the mat, bend that left leg, grabbing with the right hand. And just really opening up. Yum. Yum. So alternating between building energy around the heart, building prana, and developing the connection. Releasing that left foot. We're going to come to, we've done a lot of work opening up. So we're just going to come into a bit of a counterpose. So sitting, legs in front. And we're simply going to fold forward. Some of you may be more comfortable using something like a bolster to fold forward over. Or you might be more comfortable using a block to rest your head. Or simply just folding forward onto the knees. So wherever you are, just using this counterpose as an opportunity to just reset back to neutral physically. I can still feel the openness and the energized nature of the heart, but just resetting ourselves physically. Nice stretch all the way out the back of the legs and up through the back. Now from here, our next posture is going to be working with the quads. Again, we're going to be opening the front. So we're going to start with the right leg. We're going to just take that back behind us. Leave the left leg extended. And from here, just walk the arms back. So we might want to come back onto the elbows initially. And for some of us, this may be quite enough. Some of us may want to We can bring in a bolster like this to support us, as long as we're getting some sensation there in the quad. So just find that edge, that first physical edge, physical point of resistance. Bring the attention to the physical target area of the quad, the right quad, and just relax. As we relax, perhaps we find things open up, in which case, yeah, we could remove the hands and just lie back. And from here, other options. We can take our arms above the head. We can come out of the stop sign. We can bend this left leg at the knee, bring this up here, and allow the knee to just drop out to the side. All of which are going to have an effect on the physical sensation in the right quad. Working with a combination of those that works for you today, and finding some stillness. Even physically, we're already going to feel some nice stress at the front of the body, almost a stretching of the front of the body. And dropping this knee out to the side may assist with that. Taking the arms over the head certainly will. And just working with the position of the head to the right or to the left. Maybe using the stop signs will really open up across the chest as we move towards the more subtle sensations. So bringing the focus to the heart. Using the bija mantra again. Yam. 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 Just keeping that mantra in mind. Visualizing the deep red of the heart chakra. The six-pointed grey star. The symbol of the chakra. Just bringing the left leg back, extending the right leg. Coming back up to sitting, we're just going to swap to the other side. So we're going to take the left leg, bend it at the knee behind us. And again, bearing in mind that we might have very different ranges of extension and flexibility on this side. So bending that left back, maybe supporting ourselves on the elbows, or using bolsters, blocks. And just starting to find that first edge. Breathing into the left quad, relaxing. Take a few breaths sometimes, quite a large muscle group. As it relaxes, maybe finding the posture opens up. Settling back. Maybe taking the arms overhead, straight overhead, or into a stop sign or a surrender. And then deciding if we want to bring this right leg in, so we could just bend up the knee or allow the knee to drop to the side. Finding a posture that's comfortable, that gives us some stress, starting in the left quad, but it's going to come right up the front of the body. As we have our arms out above the head, it's probably going to be more straight up the body. If we have our arms out to the side, and probably across the chest as well. So finding stillness here. Move through the physical, the connective tissue stress in the left quad. Stress on the bones, ankles, knees, femur, pelvis. Work through those. Start to retune into the subtle. Eyes closed perhaps. Bija mantra. Focus on the heart. Yam. 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 Feeling the prana build around the heart. Feeling your ability to connect. Build the more we develop the openness. As we draw in the breath, we draw in prana. Straight to the heart. And just in your own time, straightening out those legs. Continuing the same sort of theme, we're going to continue to open across the front now. This time, rather than a half saddle, we're going to do the full saddle. So the last posture is good preparation for this. And we can do this either sitting on the heels or the ankles or between. Again, if this posture is too much for you going back, you might find that this is your limit here, but that's not particularly relaxing. You may want to use the bolster behind you. We could start with support from the elbows. We feel it immediately in the quads. That's the physical target area. So we might be comfortable here. Then as we find that edge, we relax the quads. We might find that we can remove the elbows and just relax back on the bolster. And already that's physically, we're going to feel that coming up from the quads, hip flexors, rectus abdominis up through towards the top of the body. And particularly if we take our arms up above the head, we're really going to feel that connective tissue stress all the way at the front of the body. And again, as we did before, perhaps if we bring the arms out to the side, we're going to find that more opens up across the chest. But really just finding a posture that you're comfortable with. For some of us, this may not be enough. And if that's the case, we can just dispense with the bolster. Coming back. And it's not that one's better than the other, it's just that we're all very different. So with or without the bolster is going to be better. For some people, better in terms of the sensation, the connective tissue stress, and particularly here the more subtle sensations. So again, arms above or out to the sides. Working through the physical, the connective tissue stress in the quads coming right up the front of the body. Depending where the arms are, will affect the physical sensation. Healthy stress in the bones, ankles, knees, femur, pelvis. Beautiful extension of the spine. But working through that and coming to the subtle sensations, focus on the heart. Starting again with that bija mantra, Yam, Yam, Yam. Repeating in your mind. As you focus on the heart, repeat the mantra. See the deep red colour of the heart chakra. Feel the prana, feel the energy. Feel the love, the compassion and kindness. And now very gently just roll to one side, roll to the right, release the left leg, same with the right. And for you, just lie flat on your back in Savasana, the final posture. So taking a little bit of time to make yourself comfortable. Lying on the back, eyes closed, or a soft gaze at the ceiling. Relaxed. Returning to natural breathing. As we started, so we finish. The rise and fall of the belly or the chest. Perhaps this time, a different sensation around the heart, around the chest. Perhaps now, after our practice, we sense that there's more. We feel fuller, more energy. We feel like our whole posture, physical and subtle, is more open. And so with our focus on the chest, just start to listen to the sound of the gong, the heartbeat within the gong. And each time you feel the heartbeat of the gong, feel it resonate through the heart chakra. With each beat of the gong, feel it first in the heart chakra, and then feel it resonate throughout the body. Echoes of energy throughout your entire subtle body. Allow the sound of the gong to consolidate the energy, prana, chi that you've created today. Allow the sound of the gong to resonate through the nadis or energy channels that we worked today, particularly the chitta nadi. And allow the sound of the gong to open you further around the heart space. the sound of the gong leaves us, its work of consolidation, of energy and openness done. Take a couple of deeper breaths in and out. Start to bring your awareness back to the room. Maybe wriggle the fingers and toes. And from here you can either continue to lie where you are, or if you prefer, slowly roll to one side and come up to a seated position. Eyes closed. Couple more breaths. Gently blinking open the eyes, raising the head. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice, working with the heart chakra, anahata. And I hope that you found and will find within you more love, compassion and kindness to share. Namaste.